Yo, what's up, guys? It's Lucky from Lucky's Comics back with another one. Today, I am giving my review on Blood Hunt. I got all of the red bands right here. The canon one, I think, is just regular Blood Hunt, the regular version of this, but pretty much the same thing happens in the end of the day. But we're going to do kind of a rundown on what goes on in the story, so watch out for a little bit of spoilers. The series just ended like last week, I think. So it was a pretty good series all around. I mean, there was a few things like there's two like I guess main takeaways I guess you could take from it, but we might as well just jump right on in. So the first one I got here is we got Blood Hunt #1. Awesome cover, Pepe Larraza. I got to meet him at Fan Expo Denver. That was awesome. But we pretty much start, and though it says sun death and it gives us times, but you see all these heroes, and then the sky is pretty much turning black. And then the first thing that says, "This is how the world ends," right? Like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? And we come to Scarlet Witch. She's kind of like, "What the hell's going on?" The Avengers are like, "Hey, are you guys good?" Like, because Scarlet Witch uses the Dark Force, so she's like, all the Dark Force users are struggling right now, like with certain things, and it's just then there's just vampires everywhere, and you're like, holy shit, this is crazy. And then we get Blood Hunt, and then we get our key players: Scarlet Witch, Iron Man, Thor, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Vision, Captain America, Hunter's Moon, Tigra, Spider-Man, Blade, Doctor Strange, Sella, I think. Slay, I don't know. But Doctor Doom is next, and then we get this crazy part. So in like the regular version, it's not as like this guy's body isn't chopped in half pretty much with his guts out. Doom, he plays a real big part in it. Miles is in it. Blade's a really big part also. Pretty much just going through this is the Avengers are fighting off all these vampires. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Then we see Blade. As he says, "I'm on the run and I have information. We need to meet. Lock on to my coordinates and teleport this rig up to the impossible city. Meet me there." Blade out. And like, I don't know. I haven't read much Blade, but kind of just seems a little sus. I don't know, but Iron Man calls him up there. All the Avengers are up there too. We get this truck. Then pretty much you're like, what the hell is happening? Because Blade was just in this truck. So what's going on? Then we have the Blood Coven, I think is what they're called. Can't remember exactly, but you got all these awesome looking characters. Pepe did an amazing job on designing these dudes. Like, they're insane. But they all have different abilities to help counteract, like, pretty much the Avengers. And the Avengers are just getting their asses beat, honestly. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you. But pretty much what happens, like, what's the end up in this issue, right? Is Avengers are losing. You see what happened to Thor. Like, I was like, holy shit. Sam escapes, Black Panther stays, and then just gets, oh. And then you can tell that it's not looking too hot for the Avengers. And honestly, like, this was a great way to start off the series, because you're like, holy shit, they just lost, and it's insane. And it's a really good beginning, like, start of the book. I would say the middle is probably the weakest part of the series. Then we go to Doctor Strange, and Blade's at Doctor Strange. And I don't know, the way Blade's talking and all this stuff, the Blood Coven, that is what they call it, is a match for the Avengers, believe me. Or was a match, I guess. This isn't Conjure. Oh god, I'm not gonna butcher this, bro. Conjure. The Avengers are down. So pretty much, I don't know. It's just it's a very, like, I don't know, way Blade's talking. I haven't read much Blade, but it's like, bro, he's just seems so sus, and like everything he's saying to Strange. And then we get this, because they're trying to figure out who the hell started this, who is causing all this chaos. And then it says, it's me, and just cuts Doctor Strange in half. Like, that don't even make any sense. And I'm sure they'll do an omnibus for this one day, because look at all of that. That is like a whole bunch of the tie-ins just for the beginning of it. Then we got some character designs right here. Pretty awesome. So yeah, that was issue 1. So issue 1 was solid. Pretty much everybody's like, what the hell is happening, right? Like, what's going on? And then for issue 2, it gets even. I think issue 2 it gets crazier in a sense, but then we jump into issue 2. Got our key players right here. Now we have Blade, Bloodline, which is Blade's daughter, Dracula, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. Like, same as pretty much the last time, and then they added the Blood Coven too. We see all of our heroes pretty much defeated. Now Black Panther is a vampire, it looks like, so that's insane. Blade is kind of just talking to shit, low key. Then we get a flash forward, or not flash forward, but we cut to Blade's daughter, Bloodline. She's a pretty cool character. This is the first I've ever been introduced to her, because I haven't read anything else of Blade, really. Then we got Dracula and her teaming up. Hunter's Moon and Tigra, they're at the hometown. They're kind of on their own side mission, I would say. You don't really find out what until we get to it later on. They finally get to Doctor Strange, though, because everybody meets up. And you're like, holy shit, what is happening to Doctor Strange? And so he's in his spiritual form. Pretty cool. I mean, the art in this book is just killer, man. It's awesome. Then we got the Avengers helping out Dracula and Bloodline. This time they're kind of getting the better, I would say. Then finally one of them loses their mask. And you're like, ooh, that dude's ugly. You know what I mean? And all this crazy shit's happening. Vision has his solar energy, which comes into play later on too, because maybe not, he might have used too much of it. Then Captain Marvel helps. They're trying to get sunlight, because that's like the vampire's weaknesses, right? Awesome team up scene right here. We make sure that the sun will always rise again, and then But yeah, it's a good start, honestly. Like, the book is just, there's a lot of crazy stuff's happening. And then all right here is like, Miles has been a key factor in this book too. But like right here, he's like, you're like, and then bro turns into a vampire? Like I don't remember seeing him getting bit any time, but I think it must have just been maybe in his own title they explained it. But like, I didn't read that, and like, I haven't read his title or the tie-ins, right? So I couldn't really tell you. Just from going off of this, though, I mean, I was just like, what? I was like, how did bro become a vampire? Awesome cover again. All these covers are sick, by the way. Especially the red band. They all have this like blood effect on the top. Got the key players again. And then the Midnight Mission is pretty much what our team is on. Like Hunter's Moon and Tigra, that's what their team is on. Pretty much, they're in the Impossible City. Blade has that held down. He has the like Scarlet Witch and Thor, two of the strongest Avengers, locked up there. Black Panther's a vampire. Then Miles starts attacking everybody. He's trying to get Bloodline, because she's a really big factor into this book. So they pretty much stop him, but then Miles is like, I'm back, but he's still a vampire, as we go through the series, like once we get to 5, you'll see that it's kind of weird, but Bloodline finds out that her dad is Blade, and that she has to end up fighting him to win, to like get this, to make the city whole again. You know what I mean? Awesome shot right here. Just pretty much telling us right now that the Blood Coven Blade is winning, which, yeah, that's pretty great, man. Like, of course he's winning. But just saying, Dracula, it's like, for you as his bloodline represent his only weakness, only your hand can strike him down. And she's like, no, my dad, that's crazy. No. Like, so pretty much the whole thing is she doesn't want to kill her dad. I mean, she doesn't want to fight her dad. Like, so it's like this whole thing. And then they're all talking, trying to get to everything. Miles runs with Bloodline and Dracula, which is a cool factor. I like drag or like Bloodline and Miles together. I think they're cool, good little team. Midnight Mission, obviously, they're kind of going off to go do their own thing, trying to get back up, I guess is what we should say. And then the Avengers are like, we need to do a broadcast letting know everybody's good, like letting everyone know that we got this. And then like Sam Wilson, man, this is where he shines as Cap. I'm Sam Wilson, Captain America, speaking for the Avengers. And then pretty much this whole thing is just him giving everybody like a motivational speech around the entire world. Blade's like, what? Like, dog, what? And it's cool just seeing everything go down. Mexico City, Asgard is where Hunter's Moon and Tiger are, as you can see right here. Then we got Doctor Strange and Celea. I don't know how to Celea or something like that. I don't know how to say it exactly. If you know how to pronounce it, let me know. They went to Latveria, which, if you know, man. That's where Doctor Doom is, man. So that's pretty tight. And then Wakanda is where Black Panther is. And it's just the whole thing is Sam. He's like, guys, we got this. We have this in the bag. Like, we can do it. So it's a motivational speech, and then he gets mad. Black Panther's pissed. Or not Black Panther. Blade is pissed. Black Panther is still a vampire. So he plays this like weird role, I guess, kind of like the inside man. Like there's Black Panther there and then Blade. And then, like, they go down there. And it's just, like, this whole thing. They're, like... He's like, nah, I'm not letting this shit slide, bro. So then this huge thing comes out of the sky. And you're like, what the hell? The Temple of the First Blasphemy. So that it might be their tombstone. So they bring this down in issue 3. So this, I would say issue 3 was, like... It was a good issue, right? But, like... The key significant one so far has been like 1 and 2, obviously, because that starts at 3 is a big deal, I guess, in a sense, because of everything that went down. Now that I'm looking back on it, because I was reading this monthly when it was coming out, there's a lot of stuff that like each issue pretty much matters a lot. This one does matter also. The big ass temple's there now. Then you see Strange is with Doctor Doom. And like, bro, tell me this shot isn't awesome, man. Like, it's so badass. Blade and Blood Coven are all there, and Black Panther's with him. And pretty much you figure out who this isn't really Blade. His name is Rain. And he is a ancient vampire, pretty much like Man-Bat type guy. But he's inside of like Blade's body and everything, so I was like, oh shit, that's kind of whack. But like, it would have been crazier, I guess, if you made Blade like a villain, you know what I mean? Because that's where it would be like, holy, like that's where like the crazy stuff would come in, you know? Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange are all talking, and they're pretty much talking about like, Doom is like, of course I've taken precautions to protect my people. Now what can I help you with, Steven? Like, because they're like, how is your... He already knows that it's Rain. And Doom is like, I got this shit covered, bro. Like, my... Latveria's chilling, bro. Like, I don't... You guys can struggle all you want out there, but I'm chilling. And he's pretty much... Doom knows everything because he's Doom, bro. He's goated. You got the Strange Academy team right here. I've never read the book, but the omnibus is coming out next year. I'm stoked. I'm going to get it. I want to learn more about these characters. People say this book is amazing. And pretty much Doom says this crazy line down here, right here. He says, I must be the Sorcerer Supreme. Like, bro, what? The only way we can win is if Doom becomes Sorcerer Supreme, because bro knows what to do. Tiger and Hunter's Moon, we get to go to them. They play a little bit. They play a good, decent part. Then we see right here, I was like, holy shit, he's talking to Khonshu. And then they got Wrecker in here, bro. I haven't seen him since like Marvel or Avengers Assemble, the Earth's Mightiest Heroes or something like Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the animated TV show. He was in that. Like, bro, he was awesome. I liked him as a villain. He was funny. Um, so pretty much doing a breakout mission. So we're breaking out Khonshu, which I was like, oh hell to the yeah, man, that's crazy. Blade and Blood Coven, they're still doing their thing, taking over the world, trying to do a ritual so he can get his body back in a sense, I think, so he can become more powerful. And it's just, he was like, I was destined to be the end of all things. Like, holy shit, trying to get more powerful, take all of the dark force in. And then you just come to me, dark force. So he is taking all the dark force, and it's just this crazy, like, he says, I am become the unliving dark force. Or living, whatever it is. But I was like, holy shit, man, like, that was crazy. Like, then you see the moon comes out, and they're like, what? How is that possible? And then you get this awesome shot, man, of all these older, like, deader Moon Knights. And I guess this is a spoiler, but our boy Mark Spector's back. He died in the last run of Moon Knight. Jed McKay wrote it, and pretty much, and he's writing Blood Hunt also, so that's awesome. I also forgot to say, or here, Jed McKay and Pepe Larraza, great job on this book. It was great. This is like my first ever Jed McKay book I read. But our boy Mark Spector's back. He's coming for the vengeance. Look at this scene, Khonshu there. They're just beating vampires' asses, bro. They don't want the smoke. Then pretty much Black Panther is like, hey, bro, don't you turn your back to me, like, sneak attack, boy. And Blade was like, nah, I'm good, bro. And then our boy, the reason why, though, is just because of this. It was in Thor, so now Thor has his powers back pretty much. So then the reason that Black Panther did that is so Thor could join the fight. And this is just awesome, man. This is where shit goes down, because then when you got all the Avengers, and then it's just like, holy, how is this going to end? See, that was my thing, because I was like, I read this, right? And I go talking to my friends at work, and I'm like, how is this going to end? Because right now, it's just this, it's like, we got all the way here, but it's like, in a sense, there's so much that could still be happening. You know what I mean? Like what else is going to go down? And like, I guess like the easy way was kind of how they did it. I guess because it's only a 5-issue miniseries, but I feel like you maybe could have done it longer. Awesome thing with Doom. So Doom pretty much is going to become the Sorcerer Supreme at the end of the day. But then it's just like, dude, the Avengers start fighting the Blood Coven. Shit's going down. It's insane. I'm loving it. This final issue was actually really, really good. All the Avengers broke free. Vision gets his arm ripped off. Like, dog, what are we doing here, man? Because like, that's whack, bro. You're gonna take my boy's arm? Like, don't you dare. Like, don't you disrespect my boy like that, man. Vision pretty much has no like solar power. Bro, look at this, bro. This looks like it's painted. It looks like some Alex Ross like stuff right here. Like, this panel right here might be my favorite panel in the entire book, because it's so awesome here. Let me get a close up of that. Like, look at that, man. Thing's insane. Pretty much, yeah, Doom gets a Sorcerer's, he becomes Sorcerer Supreme. Awesome design here. I mean, it's just Doctor Strange's cape. He's like, no, all hail Doom. Because Steven was like, all hail the new Sorcerer Supreme. And he's like, no, Doom, boy. Dracula and Bloodline, we didn't really hear much last issue. And then they got Miles. And they're just like, pretty much going. They got to get to where Blade is and all them. Thor's trying to get Mjolnir. So then he can start kicking more ass, you feel me? They're all fighting. Then Vision, like I said, he says, I have little solar energy left. The darkness and the all the other stuff. I won't read all of it just for you guys, so you guys can actually read it. But pretty much he doesn't have any like more solar energy left. But Moon Knight brought friends. He's like, yeah, this is cool. Moon Knight? Yeah, I'm back. Like, bro, come on, that's just tough. Um, then you have the Strange Academy kids, Doom creating this awesome portal. Like, look at that panel too. Like, bro, Pepe just amazes me, man. He's super nice too. If you guys ever get a chance to meet him for sure. Um, he's like, what? He's like, how did my arm just go through his? Nah, bro. It's because vision can phase, bro. Pretty much. So that was pretty cool. A lot of this, it was a overall decent series. Like, it was pretty solid. Shit's just going down in this issue pretty much. I'm not gonna really spoil the ending for you guys, just because I'll let you guys experience it for yourself. Like I'll show you guys the ending, but like this is crazy because pretty much Blade's daughter, Bloodline, she comes into the mix, right? And she said, "I'm here to save you, Dad." But the whole thing was like, oh, if she like kills this Rain, right? It's inside of Blade's body, but it's too late because Rain is already so forged with pretty much whatchamacallit, Blade. And then Miles is like, Will, since he's a son of Rain in a sense, since he's a vampire right now, both of them should be able to kill him. And then he's like, no. And then, yeah, they won, pretty much. She said, and then what Miles goes, I'm of your bloodline. And he's like, ah, you feel me? And then Doom's like, there, Rain's concentration is broken. His control has been shaken, and now I strike. And then he pretty much saves with all the sunlight and all that. So that's awesome. Then Scarlet's like, "Be free, Daywalker." No, no. And then it's just the whole thing. I'm like, oh no, Blade's gonna die. But then not. Psych, I lied. He's good. Just gotta take him to infirmary. Get this awesome shot. It's kind of like the cover to issue number 1 here. Just flipped in a sense. Sorry, there you go. Yeah. In a sense, it's very, very close, but it's cool. But yeah, that's pretty much how it ends. I'll let everything else speak for itself. They're pretty much doing a big old... Then Dr. Doom sends a message, and he's the new Sorcerer Supreme. And that's pretty much it. He's gonna be having the next big thing, one world under Doom, which is pretty cool. Overall, I would rate the series probably a... what would I rate this series? I think I'd rate this series of Blood Hunt. Let's see what I would rate it. I would rate it probably a 7.5 or an 8, just because every event nowadays just leads into another event. It was cool. The story was cool. I would say let's give it a 7.5. Because I don't know if it's good enough to be an 8, but I don't know if it's not. It's good. It's a good series. Would I read it again? Probably down the line, maybe with all the tie-ins whenever they do an omnibus, I would probably do it. But I mean, just time will tell. You know what I mean? But yeah, that is my review on Blood Hunt. Let me know what you guys thought about this series. And yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought. If you're enjoying the videos, I'm glad. I'm just here to make them so you guys can get... if you guys want to know more things about comics or new series that are coming out, let me know what you guys think if you want to see more content like this. But yeah, that is it from me today. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.